We're going to start in 1 minute. Come on. It's a beautiful afternoon in the city of Dallas, Texas. How you doing? Hope you're good. That was from the DJ called Flavor. Shake It. Apparently, the song was released 10 years ago. But guess what? I just found it. Yeah, I know the song, but it just entered me today. So how you doing? Beautiful. This is going to be a short conversation titled How to Deal with Childhood Wounds. It's the Naked and Afraid show. I haven't been here in a couple of weeks. You know, you guys haven't been sending me peppered snail. You haven't been sending me offering, nothing. So I wasn't here. Did you miss me? We used to have this every Friday somehow, yeah. But there was no offering, there was no peppered snail, there was no love. Did you miss me? Talk to me. Where are all the Naked and Afraid show humans? Where's everybody? Where is everybody? So let's talk about how to heal childhood wounds. How to heal childhood wounds. How to heal childhood wounds. So I see the awesome people from across the world here. Let's do a roll call. Okay. Kenny Bell says he missed me. Good. Good to know. Thank you for missing me. Another person missed me. Temi Choma missed me. It's the Naked and Afraid show. Yeah. How to heal childhood wounds. So let's talk. Let's first of all know T-Pumps missed me. Delicious missed me. You guys are missing me. Thank you for missing me. Who is sending me snail? Don't you people even know how to take care of my mental health? You don't think I need any mental health help? You don't think I need any offering? You can't be missing me with mouth. You know we don't ball like that here. We don't vibe like that at Soul Stripping Spa or Fluffy Life. You can't miss me with mouth. So let's talk. Let's do a good call. Good to see you, Miss Machi, coming in from Kenya. Let's do a quick call. Where are you streaming in from? Miss Machi says she's from Kenya. Olori Supergirl, good to see you every time. Good to see you, Tosi, on everything you're doing. Thank you for everything you do at every point in time. Thank you for showing up every time that you show up for people. We love and appreciate you. So talk to me. Let's know the countries you're representing. Some of us, one person, Machi, says she's here from Kenya. I'm here from the US. Augusta is here for the first time. She's watching from Doha. Doha, yeah, I know where that is. Yeah, Doha. Ivory Coast is in the house. Kenny Bell is in the house. Nigeria is in the house. What other country is in the house? We have Ivory Coast, we have Doha, we have Kenya, we have the US. England is here. Good to see all of us. So there's Doha, Ivory Coast, US, Nigeria, Kenya, then the UK is here. Good to see us. UK is here, UK is here, UK is here. So that's 7 countries, I think. Yeah. Qatar, yeah. US is here. Yeah, Doha is here already. Saudi Arabia is here. Good to see you from Saudi Arabia. That's the 8th country. Let's do the roll call. Country roll call. Where are you listening to this conversation from? Nigeria is in the house. Uganda is here. That's the 9th awesome country. Who is number 10? Which country is number 10? Where are you listening to this conversation from? Which is how to deal with your childhood wounds. This is the Naked and Afraid show. We have this every Friday, but sometimes I'm tired. I don't feel like talking. Sometimes I just need pepper snail for my mental health. You know, all of those beautiful things. So you guys need to show me more love to be here every Friday. It's a lot of work. I haven't even eaten breakfast. I've been jumping from one meeting to the other. Right after this meeting, I am going to have my breakfast and then I have to drive out to go do some shopping and be back home. That's how we roll. So sometimes when you don't see me, it is because that I'm tired and I need some motivation, you know, just some sweet words, especially peppered snail. Yeah. So he said, why snail? Why not snail? D, why not snail? What's the meaning of why snail? People are very funny. I said that I want pepper snail. You say why snail? Okay, I love it. Oh, is that the question you ask? Because I'm now confused. I love snail. Peppered snail to be precise, but bring the snail, I will turn it to peppering. I'm a practicing psychologist. Topic is relevant. Oh yes, and then all of you learning for free. You people need to be asking for my account number. I will block you, D. I will block you. Don't stress me on my wall. We don't stress ancestors on my wall. If you stress me, I will block your hand. I don't have energy. Don't stress me. Let the peace of God reign. Peace be unto you. If you remove the peace, I will block it. We don't fight here. Don't stress me. I'm an ancestor. So, how to heal your childhood wounds. Thank you to all the countries represented. I think I counted about 9. Yes, please send me a DM. I'll send you my account number. I have Naira account number. I have dollars. I have pounds. Those are the 3 currencies. That Naira is very funny. That currency has low self-esteem at the moment. They are praying for it. The other ones, dollars and pounds, have normal self-esteem for now. You know. So let's talk about how to heal your childhood wounds. So if you follow me pretty well, you know that I like to banter, I like to play, I like to respond to questions, sometimes in a very funny, way that just pokes people and all of that. And the reason for that is I like to create conversations. I like to make people think. I like to create conversations. I like to give them that shock response, that jolts them. So I remember an awesome person is from Cameroon, Delphine. I see you. Thank you for showing up. That's the 10th country. If you haven't mentioned your country, rep your country right now at the Naked and Afraid show, where we're talking about how to heal your childhood wounds. And if your friend has to be here, just send the link to your friend. Let them know that something awesome is happening on the live, whatever, so that I can answer the question. This is going to be here for just 30 minutes. I need to grab my breakfast. I haven't eaten today, and it's almost 3 p.m. in Dallas. I see you, Dima. Okpeyemi and I went to the same high school, also called secondary school, and he's one of my good guys. He shows up here every time I'm here. Thank you, Okpeyemi. Thank you for the support. He's in Canada. I appreciate it, and thank you for always showing up. You are one of the reasons, why I do this, because when someone who has known you for like 29 years I'll be 39 this year. Are you 39 yet, or you are 40? Because it looks like a lot of my classmates are 40. I hope you're not part of the 40 gang. Okay, I hope you're not part of the 40 gang. I'm so happy I'm not close to that 40. I see you, Ghana. That's the 12th country. Okay, I hope you're not 40 yet. If you are 40, you're on your own. I don't even know how people arrived at 40 so fast. Almost. Thank God, because all of them were celebrating, said they are 40, they are 40. I removed myself straight. Who are you are doing 40? God forbid. Said, no way, I'm not 40 yet. Do you know what it is to be 40? Say, hell no. We have 1 more year to go, and we must rock it. We have to rock it. When we get into 40, we enter in style. We're going to enter like lightning and thunder. When you do your photo shoot, and it's obvious that you have been living in this world for a long time. Yeah, but I am so glad I'm not 40 this year. I leave all of them to be dealing with 40. We will see them next year. So we have 12 awesome countries here. Dima, you are in charge of happiness. Dima, you cannot be poking my joy now, and you are the queen of happiness. Instead of it, so you can send your account number. I may just angrily drop $10,000 there. Dima, hashtag my mental health is key. If this mental health is key, my mental health matters. So Dima. So let's talk about how to identify childhood wounds. So I like having conversations, and I like poking some questions. So I posted something today about a gentleman who said to me that all women have to offer is sex. And to be very sincere, if I wanted to go the crude route, I would have said, when you say all women offer is sex, are you talking about your mother and your sister also? But at that point, it hurts them, because it now looks like, oh, you're insulting, whatever. So instead of doing that, I just laughed, first of all. And I knew that the reason why he said that was because he was expecting me to defend and come up with, whatever for women. I don't like to argue. Like, I'm an elderly person. So anything you want to say, you are right. Except I'm interested in a conversation. Anything you want to say is okay. You are right. So when he said that, I said, yeah, I agree. And he was in shock that I agreed. So he was like, oh, what do I mean by I agree? I said, oh, I agree that all we have is sex. Don't be angry. Because you want more than sex, marry your gender. Since your gender has more than sex to offer, your gender brings a lot to the table. In fact, your gender is the table. I suggest that you marry your gender. it pained him. And I'm not sure why it pained him. So I'm like, why are you pained? He said, why will I say she'll marry his gender? La 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 la. So I started laughing. I said, you don't want to marry your gender. I said, you cannot be engaged to somebody you don't see value in. So he kept quiet. I said, it would be wicked of me to subscribe and say that you should be married to somebody you don't see value in. That's the reason why I said you should marry your gender. Let's stop hiding under gay is sin, this and that. Go and marry your gender. Then you and God will be dealing with your sin. But leave women alone if you don't like us. But at the end of the day, we had an interesting conversation because the moment I said that to him, it was obvious that he didn't want to marry his gender. So, therefore, he had to find the value he's claiming does not exist in women. And both of us ran it through. We ran through it together. But we arrived at a very beautiful spot, you know, which is a beautiful solution. And it's the same conversation where this one I posted on Twitter where somebody said to me, oh, his wife can't do an MSc or a PhD if he hasn't done it. And I said, oh, really? Why? And he said, because when a woman starts earning more than you, she will not respect you. So I said, interesting. You know, and then we also had a good conversation, you know, about that, because I was like, she hasn't even done the master's or the PhD, but you're already feeling insecure and all of that. And he was quite receptive based on the conversation that we had, that he signed up for therapy and all of that. And I just felt, let's have a conversation on our childhood wounds. Here's one thing that I believe. I genuinely believe that we have good people, we have good men and good women, despite the fact that some of us are badly behaved. Yes, we do have good men and we do have good women. And I've met thousands of good men. You know, when people say men are scum, I can't relate. When people say, oh, men are this, men are that, I can't relate. And it's not because I've not been hurt by men. It is because I've been hurt by men, I have hurt men. I've been hurt by women, I've hurt women. So I extend grace to them because I appreciate grace and I cherish grace also. The second thing is, one of the things going on right now is the tangible effect of childhood wounds. So if you're on social media, you will most likely see conversations around men and women, and it looks like we're always fighting. It looks like we're always in each other's worlds. It looks like, you know, it just looks like we're never together. It looks like every Saturday a wedding is not going on. But trust me, every Saturday Ishegun Johnson is there singing "Oh ta 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 len, oh ta le ta len, Shuman oh yeton Shuman." It happens every Friday, every Saturday. Every Saturday there's an engagement around the world. There are weddings going on every time around the world. So that means that there's a part of us that genuinely desires companionship and partnership, but there's another part of us that is hurting from childhood wounds. The irony of these childhood wounds is that some of these childhood wounds are not direct, some of them are inherited. Inherited in the sense that we've heard stories, for example, about women who earned higher than their spouses, and according to the stories, they started disrespecting their husbands, this and that. And then at the time we heard the story, we held on to the story because the story resonated with us. Number two, we held on to it because of who told us that story. Now we are sharing stories, we're holding on to the stories. Ironically, some of these stories, the storytellers or whoever told us the story is dead. But somewhere along the line, we still have those stories imprinted in our minds. We still have those stories programmed in our souls. And we're running with the stories, even though the storyteller is dead. So even from the grave, the storyteller is controlling us. Even from the grave, the storyteller is living through us. Even from the grave, we are an extension of their hatred, of their bitterness, of their generational pain, of their generational trauma. We're an extension of everything they carried. The truth about it is, we don't know where they are now that they are dead. Who knows if they've changed their minds in the great beyond, if there's something called that and all of those things. But some of us actually did not have good relationships with our parents. You know, some of us were abandoned, rejected, emotionally abused, financially abused by our fathers and our mothers. And because they were the first point of call, because they were the first set of role models that we had, because they were the mirrors that we had, we just zoned out and felt, you know what, if my father or my mother could do this to me, then all men are, or all women are. And some of us, the pain might have been from our custodians. Some, the pain might be from the spiritual or religion that we signed up to or subscribed to. But we may have some childhood pains that is disturbing us from attracting the people that we want. One of the best set of people that I have to have conversations with is men. I genuinely love men. In fact, I love therapy sessions with women, but I love men. And here's the reason why I love men. Number one, if you encounter a good man, you would understand the finger of God. If you encounter a good man, you will see the tangibility of God in human form. And then when I say a good man, now add those ones that have beards. I had to speak in tongues. You can interpret it if you want, but it is what it is. Bridget Election, I see you. Social Prefect, all the awesome people joining, I see all of you. When you encounter a good man, you know, there are some of them that I will discuss, but let's focus on the good men first. When you encounter a good man, and when I say a good man, there's a difference between a male and a man. Do you understand? So I'm not talking about the gender. There's a difference between a male and a man. And if you want to know the difference, you have to Google something called etymology of words. Yeah, you have to do some reading also. Etymology of words. There's a difference. Bridget, you feel me? Those ones with beards. My God. My God. You know, do you understand what it is to have beard, character, and anointing? My God. My God. Men are not scum in my world, though. Men are good people. Men, not male. There's a difference between a man and a male. It's not males that I'm talking to. I'm talking about men. A man for Allah, I don't know the meaning in English. Meaning, don't disturb an ancestor. Good. So when you encounter, I have to say it well, because it is them we are marrying. Etymology of the word male and etymology of the word man. On this platform, we love men. And everybody must love men. Do you understand? You must love men. Yeah, I am one of their ancestors and I'm one of their evangelists. We love men here. Then there's a special place for bearded men. Kalabosa. If you encounter a bearded man in love. My God. So, anytime you encounter a good man, they are the handiwork of God in action. Gentlemen who were raised and men who raised themselves. You know, I'm not one of the people who will say, hey, I'm independent. I'm not independent, so I'm very dependent. You know, I cry. I do. You know, sometimes people want to form strong. I'm not strong at all. And I always say, I'm not a Proverbs 31 woman. I'm not your role model. All those Proverbs 31 woman, all of you that you are doing exam of Proverbs 31 woman, you want to prove to somebody that you are all that you are and more. I'm not interested. Remove me from all those rubbish behavior. All those rubbish behavior where you want to be competing, where you want to be independent, where you want to show men something. God forbid. I have tasted so much goodness in men. Do you know what it is to hug a man? In fact, let me tell you something. When I say hug, I mean those ones that have chest. You know, those ones who are going to punish themselves at the gym. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Those ones who are going to punish themselves at the gym, who now have chest, you know, something close to the many-breasted one, who have the chest that God gave them. Do you understand? If you rest on that chest, you will see the mercy of God. People who hate me, I don't know, you will stop hating me alone. If you rest on the chest of a good man, you will sleep off. Not those ones who will cut your hair when you are sleeping. No, I'm not talking about wicked so. It's good men we are talking about. Men that are fine. Have you seen a fine man recently? A man without makeup. with beards, and then they will now use lip gloss. Some of them are members of the Dominican Republic. They will now use lip gloss. They will comb their hair. Do you understand? Men who are anointed, who have character, and who love their girlfriends or wife. If you encounter one of them, all this strong gay behavior that you have, you will drop it at their feet. Let a man love you. I'm not saying a male. I did not say male. Male are the people who act like Portable. Those ones, I don't have anything for them now. It's men I'm talking about for now. Men. When you encounter a good man, you will be prayerful. Like, you will pray for him. One of the reasons why you pray for him is, number one, you want him to genuinely succeed. Number two, because you know that as he succeeds, you are enjoying your fluffy life. You know when somebody just gives you their credit card and say that you should use it to spoil yourself, and because you are a woman of God, you will not go and mess their life up and go and wipe the entire credit in your mind. So they are men. That's number one. And they are good women. I'm one of the good women. We have a budget to pamper men. In fact, when we start to pamper men, you will suspect us. We work hard for ourselves and for everybody around us. I'm as spiritual as I am carnal. You know, that's why I've told you before, don't ever call me your role model. I have no hand in it. There's some people who want to mentor you, go and meet them. I'm not interested. I'm not your role model. Don't put me on any pedestal. Although someone will say, you shouldn't have said that I'm disappointed. I didn't appoint you in the first place, so it's self-appointment you are doing. Do you understand? I am not going to live my life according to your expectation. Don't stress me. Don't stress me with and you are the emotions doctor and you are the kiniko. Go and face God and go and vent there. Don't stress me. I am very carnal and I'm very spiritual. Although some who say, you know, God said, whoa, go and meet God. I'm not God. I'm not God. Don't drag me in this your God said ministry. We have one world to live. This world, we will live it. There's no orgasm in heaven. There's no bearded man there. I don't even know who is there. Do you understand? I don't know who is there. May we all make it. It's hope we're all doing. May we all make it. Okay, means I should go and sleep. Okay, you cannot be after my mental health. May we all make it. So, there are good men and good women. And that's the first gospel you need to know. If there's now anything that is making you think men are not good people or women are not good people, we need to discuss it. What is making you think that men are mean, men are wicked, men are vile, men are this, men are that? What is making you think so? What is also making you think that a woman is this, a woman is that? If a woman is richer than you, this will happen. If a woman is richer than you, that will happen. If a woman is this, I don't know. What is making you think like that? One of the reasons why we think like that is because of our childhood wounds. What happened between us and our fathers and our mothers? What happened between us and maybe our custodians? The mindset we inherited from who raised us, or who was around, who was raising us, or the emotional abuse, the sexual abuse, the financial abuse, definitely our upbringing. And to be fair, whatever you experienced before the age of 18, you had no control over it. You were young, you were dependent, you just couldn't take care of yourself. You weren't in control. Less than 18, you were not in control. So a lot of things might have happened to you that genuinely hurt you, and your feelings are very legitimate. Your hurt is very legitimate. How you feel, your feelings, very legitimate. Now, whatever happened to you in old age, maybe in relationships, some of us have gone through relationships that stripped us of our honor, stripped us of our esteem, and all of those things. And then some of us were not raised in love and with love. And here's what I mean. You know, sometimes in relationships, we accept what we shouldn't accept on a normal day. Sometimes in relationships, we don't even have boundaries. And I saw some videos about some women who just stepped out of their marriages. Number one, I must acknowledge that they are looking good and way better. Number two, they are all in therapy according to what they said. Number three is, listening to all their interviews and stories, I discovered from what they said that they didn't have childhood love. They were not loved in childhood. One of them recently actually said her mother got pregnant at 16. At 16, her father was 18. So of course, when they were pregnant, they didn't want her, and it was obvious and clear that they didn't want her. And at 19, she was raped by one of her friends. At the same 19, she started a relationship, and then she was in that relationship for 8 years. In 8 years, the guy had at least 100 women. Some she knew about because they were always like meeting on the staircase, you know, where one person is exiting his house, she's going in. And finally, when the guy proposed, you know, she was happy because in her mind, she said to herself, oh, I won the race, I won the heart, I won him. And then they got married. Of course, before they got married, he was still cheating. In marriage, he was still cheating. You know, but one thing was clear to me, that it was, her heartbreak was tied to lack of childhood love, which is she wasn't loved as a child, and she was always negotiating her dignity. And then it also felt like she could do with crumbs. So the tiny attention, affection, and love, if you serve her crumbs, she will hold on to it. And almost all of us know one or two people, or maybe ourselves to be fair, that we just hold on to crumbs in relationships. You know that your partner is seeing other people, but you're here believing that he chooses you, you know. And then when you got married, you know, or you believed he was going to choose you, when you got married, you were excited, but he's still cheating, and you genuinely know that you're dealing with crumbs. You know that you're dealing with crumbs of attention, affection, and love. And then some of us gentlemen, one of the reasons why we're sleeping around is because when we do that, it massages our ego. It makes us feel wanted. It makes us feel like we can conquer. It makes us feel like, oh yeah, somebody still appreciates me. I'm still a winner. You know, it just adds to the numbers, and then the numbers game just makes you feel like, oh yes, you're conquering, you're winning, and those things. And I am here to say that one important thing you need to think about is your thoughts about men and women. Where do they stem from? Are the thoughts original to you, or you inherited them? And here is what I mean by that. There's some emotional pain that you're carrying around that are not even your pain. You are feeling that pain because you're holding on to something somebody said about women. You're feeling that pain because you're holding on to something somebody said about men. You've heard a number of things about men that when you are in a relationship, you project it. And the meaning of project means when you're in a relationship, the guy hasn't done anything to you, but you're already suspecting him. You're already anticipating that behavior from him. You're already thinking, oh, they said men are. So you're waiting and anticipating and hoping. And somewhere along the line, you're not fully present in that relationship. You are actually like an attacker in that relationship because you are not real there, you are not vulnerable there, you are just waiting for him to show himself. Some of us actually suspect kindness. When people are kind to us, we think they want to sleep with us, we think they want a relationship with us, we think that, oh, there must be something that he's looking for. All of those feelings may be hovering somewhere. In your marriage, you may still be projecting, you may be checking your husband's phone and his emails because they have told you that all men cheat. And even though you know that your man doesn't cheat, but a part of you feels, oh, who knows, who knows, who knows. And then you are at the edge of your relationship every time. When he says he's traveling, a part of your mind is suspecting him. The same thing in a relationship. And some of us also, because some of us have heard, oh, all women cheat, women do this, women do that. For us as gentlemen, we are not really in that relationship. We're afraid of being broken again. Actually, some of us might have been broken. And when I say broken to a point where we swore to ourselves that we would never get to that point of love again. I've met men who said to me, oh, I remember a girl that I really loved, and then she did this to me, and then I swore to myself that it would never happen to me again. So even though they're in a relationship, even though they're in a marriage, they are there but not there. You know, they are on the edge, always guiding, as they say in Nigeria. You are just there, you know, anything you second guess, you suspect. And the same thing for women, you know, where we're on the edge, we just think, oh, is he saying the truth? Even though you know that he doesn't tell lies, you just feel, oh, they said all men are, they said all women are. If my father could do this, if my mother could do this, if a custodian could do this, all of those things. And I'm just here to say to you that there's an easier way to live. I'm here to say we were not created to live on the edge of life. We're not created to suspect ourselves. We're not created to feel like there are people or people who come around us are always there to hurt us. If you're married, you're already in a covenant. If you think that there's something that is stopping you from enjoying the entire marriage and relationship, I will suggest marriage therapy. There are a good number of marriage therapists that you can Google up and book a session with them. Booking a session with a marriage therapist doesn't mean you are unwise or you don't know what you're doing. It just simply means that you want to experience the fullness of your life. We have one life to live, and we can't live that life in pain. We can't live that life in suspicion. We can't live that life projecting and hoping or thinking everybody we encounter is there to hurt us, is there to mess us up, is there to crush our heart. Yes, there are people who have done that to us before, but yes, there are people who will never do that to us. There are people who are genuinely kind, who are genuine children of God. There are people who have values. There are people who have belief systems that align with yours. And there are people out there, there are 8 billion of us. The people who hurt you will definitely be less than 1,000. And the thing I keep saying is 1,000 out of 8 billion people simply means that there are awesome people, 7.99 whatever, that we are still yet to meet. 1,000 people might have hurt you in life, and yes, it is painful. Yes, it is disturbing. Yes, it is heartbreaking. But we still have others who will never hurt us. We still have others who will treat us like we want to be treated. But most especially, we have to get to that point of self-love. There are too many of us who are nothing without a relationship. I posted something on my Twitter page yesterday, and it was for women. And the question I asked women was, who are you without a relationship? Who are you without a marriage? Who are you by yourself? If you haven't discovered your value, if you haven't discovered your essence, it will be difficult to play your role in a relationship. Who are you outside of another human being? It is for men, it is for women. Who are you outside of another human being? How much love do you have for yourself? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 is the highest, 1 is the lowest. Who are you without your partner? It is good to have a loving partner, all of those beautiful things, but who are you without them? What is the value you bring to the relationship? You should know. You should be able to say, yes, I bring this, I bring that, I bring my kindness, I bring my empathy, I bring my forgiveness, I bring my intuition, I bring my wisdom, I bring all the psychological, emotional, financial, everything that I'm supposed to do as a partner. We cannot depend on another human being for existence. We can't depend on a human being for happiness. If you are not happy as a single person, you will most likely not be happy in marriage. There's no happiness in marriage. Happiness is in people. There's no love in marriage. Love is in people. The thing media and TV sold to us is, oh, once you're married, you are happy, you're going to live happily ever after. It is not true, and that is the reason why people are shocked, people are surprised, because it is who you are that you bring into your marriage. Your belief systems, your values, your personality, your family constitution, everything you represent, and their associations and their schools that you can go to for this. Every adult should go through therapy. Every adult, male, female, whatever gender you identify with, every adult should go through therapy. All the men listening to me today, you should go through therapy. You can't wing it into a relationship. You don't know what it is to be a woman. You have never seen your period. You've never had cramps. You will never be pregnant under normal circumstances. You don't know what it is to ovulate and lactate. There are some things you need to sit down to learn. Learning does not mean you're foolish. Learning does not mean you're an idiot. Learning does not mean, it doesn't take away anything from you, whether you have beards or you don't have beards. It doesn't reduce the size of your organ at all. All of us need to sit down, submit ourselves, submit unto one another, and learn. The same thing for women. You have to go through therapy. We have to identify the belief system you're working with that may mess you up emotionally, mess you up financially, mess you up spiritually, mess you up in a way or two. For example, for men who say to you, oh, men are wired to cheat. That is an inherited thought. That is an inherited program. That is an inherited behavior. Culture said it so much. And because culture made it look like there's profit in cheating, and the fact that they will not be held accountable, they will be forgiven, women will go to the war room and pray for them. So instead of holding them responsible, culture deflected and they blamed women for men who are cheating. Now women are doing the same thing and the men are crying. Because of course, there's so much or so many paternity fraud now. And I always say something. Do not teach the woman in your life to be wicked to you. You cannot out-wicked a woman. I'm saying that to you on a platter of gold. Never push your woman. It is what you give a woman that she gives you back. If you give her peace, you are going to receive peace. And when I say a woman, I don't mean female. I mean a woman. There's a difference between a female and a woman. How would you encourage someone who got married and later found out their partner is gay? Please see a marriage therapist. I don't have a view, to be clear, that is tied to marriage. So I would submit to marriage therapy. If they come to me, I would tell them to go for marriage therapy. Even if I work with them, I would definitely also invite a marriage therapist there. So to be very sincere, I do not have an opinion. If I want to think through it right now, it would be that the marriage was built on lies. So the foundation is he told a lie, you know, that he's straight, or there's an assumption that he's straight, you know, now that he was asking you out, blah, blah, blah. And then they got married and then there's a discovery that he's gay. So there's also, is he gay or is he bi? You know, there are two different things. So when you're gay, you're fully into something, your gender, and then when you're bi, you mix and match. So is he gay? Whatever that is, I will submit to marriage therapy and I'll just say they should go there. Marriage therapist, I know like 12, 15 of them that I work with. So I allow them do their thing. I stay at my field. Yeah, so I like to respect, you know, people's fields. I submit a lot. I don't have a problem with that. I don't want to know everything. I am never the custodian of wisdom. I'm not interested in that, you know, so I'll just hand it over to them. It is not what I want to be a part of. So the discourse is whatever that is hurting you about the other gender, we need to troubleshoot it. And the first place you are asking yourself, is this an original thought of mine about women? Is this an original thought of mine about men? Did I inherit this? Who and where did I inherit this from? And is this inheritance still serving me? Some of our beliefs are expired or have expired and we're still carrying them along because we don't even know. Something happened to us when we're teenagers and we're close to 40 and we're still dragging that baggage with us. Now the question is that baggage still serving you at age 39? Is that blame still serving you? Is that shame still serving you? If it is not, and you don't know how to wing and swing it, therapy is available for you. Every soul must go through therapy. Therapy is not one of the things that must happen in life. No, you must have a budget for therapy the same way you have a budget for food. Whether you desire to get married, whether you desire to have a child, whether you desire to marry your gender, whether you desire to, what else is out there, whatever you desire. If you even want to be alone, the most important thing is, even if you desire to be alone, at least be happy alone. If you desire to have a child, check out your belief system, even about children. For men, for example, an impression culture has created is, oh, it is women who take care of the home, men are providers. That's not a truthful statement, and it's not kind to both parties. A man must be present in what he created. The responsibility of a man is not sperm donation. A man must be present. During sex, you were present. During child raising, you will be present. That is what it takes to be a parent. A parent is not a donor. A parent is an active participant in growth and development. So we can't say that, oh, my role is to provide money. No. And that's the reason why when some men do not have money, they are suicidal, they are depressed, because for them, they have failed. Your role is not to provide just money. We need your emotions, we need your presence, we need your kindness, we need your empathy, we need your compassion. We need everything that you are, because you are a good person. So we're not going to leave child raising. Your wife is a human being who is trying to raise herself. She's also trying to live her life, since she doesn't have any past questions about this life. Nobody's here as a returnee. Nobody's here on the second term. All of us are living life for the first time. So your wife has no past questions on parenting, past questions on raising children. She probably hasn't changed Pampers before, or whatever they call those things. She doesn't even know. She's going to be woken up by baby or a baby or babies every night. So she's trying to learn the same way you should learn. There are so many YouTube videos that men can watch. Men following me, you are no longer permitted to say something like, oh, I don't know how to do Pampers or nappy or whatever. Go learn on YouTube. When your child is crying, carry the child and sing for the child. Carry the child and rap for the child. Play with your son, play with your daughter. You are not a male, you are a man, and a good man at that. A good man at that, because I am rooting for you. So you are not just going to drop money and leave. No, drop your emotions. Take care of the home. It is not a matter of, oh, should a man carry his plate when he eats? There are some foolish conversations we should not be having in 2023. If you can eat, you can wash your plate. Somebody cooked that meal, and most especially cook the meal also. If you get home, like, there are some conversations we should not even be having. Are you not used to kindness in life? My friends know that I permanently have pepper snail in Dallas. Guess what? Every time I make pepper snail sauce, because usually I order like 150, 100 pieces, I make the whatever, then I dish for my friends and I send them messages and they drive down to pick it. Kindness is normal. Like, why are we even having a conversation over who is washing plates, who is making food? As long as you are going to eat, you can also serve. Men need to be used to service. You can't have the best of a relationship if you are the only one who wants to be served. If you try that, your woman is going to resent you. Once she resents you, she's at the borderline of hatred. If she ever crosses it, you are in for fire. Please, women are nurturers. What you give a woman, and when I say a woman, I don't mean female. Check the etymology of those words, I beg you. Women are nurturers. What you give a woman is what she gives back to you. Give her peace, love, compassion. She will die for you. Give her stress, burden, pain. She will burn you, burn herself. When a woman is oppressed and suppressed, she will burn you and burn herself. She will burn everything. Men, please be used to service. Partnership is service. Friendship is service. Marriage is service. Everything is service. If a woman is frustrating your effort, please, both of you should see a marriage therapist. Please. I understand that there are some strange creatures, and I acknowledge it. Please, anybody stressing you in your relationship, both of you should please see a marriage therapist. Marriage therapists are everywhere in Nigeria, in Africa. Don't let us say they are scarce. They are not scarce. Just Google. Just Google. I know over 1,000 of them. Just Google. They are everywhere. There are family life practitioners. There are family life associations. Go for the one within your budget. And I genuinely hope that your partner will be available to honor that session. And when you are at the therapy session or when you are going, please don't attack them. Don't say, oh, they have a problem, that's why both of you should go. No problem. There's no problem. Both of you just need to understand how to relate better. So don't let us approach it from a place of, oh, you have a problem, something, they need to fix you, you need deliverance, all of those things. No. Please don't let us attack ourselves. Let's be respectful. Just simply say, we need to understand each other better, and I'm available to submit myself to therapy. Will you please go with me? I need some support. So don't go and drag her and make it look like you want to take her for a deliverance session because there's one demon there. No, no, please, there's no violence. Let's do this with love, respect, and appreciation. So if there's anything within you that makes you despise a gender, male or female, it is the fact that there's a childhood wound somewhere. Somebody says, why do men find it difficult to accept they need therapy? Because number one, culturally in Nigeria and in Africa, for example, they have made it look like men don't have problems. It is women that have problems. When a man cheats, they say the woman is not praying enough. When a marriage ends, they say it is because the woman left. So culturally, men were not raised to be accountable or take responsibility. And you can see how they also, say all those things online. Men are talking about who is washing plates, who is cooking, all those things that make it look like what is going on here. So if they haven't been raised to take responsibility and serve, then there's no way they will submit. So that's the place of ego. There's no way they will submit because the impression is they are above all. They are leaders. Anywhere they show up, they should lead. In fact, it's funny to me that the Bible they quote says, wife, submit to your husband. But the way I see it in culture is beginning to look like women submit to men. The Bible says, wife, submit to your husband. But men are looking for submission from everybody. I don't even understand you anymore. But it comes from childhood wounds. It comes from you thinking that everywhere you show up, you should be worshipped. It is ego, it is pride, it is arrogance. But I'm just here to say that when you encounter men who were raised and who raised themselves, you will see how sweet they are. Whether they have beards or not, sweet, vulnerable, real, raw, good humans. And we need to encounter more of them, and that's why we're having these conversations. We need to encounter more of them. If you have a man in your life who you think that should have a session, please don't say to him, you should go for therapy and make it look like, oh, you are condemning him or insulting him. Not at all. You can gift him a therapy session. You can just say, oh, for your wedding anniversary, whatever it is, both of you should see. And you are not going to see the therapist because you have a problem. You are going there because you need clarity on some things. And it's totally fine. We just need to approach therapy from a place of care, from a place of support and love, not from a place of attack and making it look like, oh, their soul is whatever and they are condemned and those things. And then for women also need therapy. Women also need therapy. There are some of us that we just hold on to the fragments of love. It's not even love. Crumbs. Attention, affection, love, crumbs. We fight other women over a man. That's not normal behavior. If you think someone is hitting on your man or whatever, it is between you and your man, not the woman. It is your man that swore a covenant of faithfulness to you or with you, not the woman. So women also need therapy. And then some of us actually know some people are married, but you still hit on men. How are you hitting on a married man? It is lack of self-love. There's nothing else. It is emotional theft. You know the man is married. Respect will make you say, this is already taken. This belongs to someone else. And then your belief system is also very important. What is your belief system about marriage? Because you can't be sleeping with a married man or a married woman, and somewhere along the line, you are hoping that when you get married, the same thing won't happen to you. No. So if you are with a married man or a married woman and you are single, you know what you're doing is not right. You know it. But you're benefiting from it, so you are pretending not to know it. But the truth is, it is lack of self-love. That's where it stems from. You need attention, you need affection, and you will get it from anywhere, including what belongs to someone else. Let's fix it, because it's fixable. You deserve more than that because you are a good person. Your soul deserves to be loved with reckless abandon by someone, your proprietary affection, something that belongs to just you. You deserve more than sharing and stealing. You deserve your own. So thank you so much for joining this conversation. It would be on my page, IG Live. And to have a session with me, just click the link in my bio. My Calendly link is there. Just also check my previous post. I posted something today on Calendly, how to have a session with me. Just click the booking session. It can be a 45 minutes clarity call. It can be a 90 minutes clarity call according to your budget. Just click it, Calendly link, and then pick a time and date, and I'll be available to serve you. But I believe in you. I love you so much. For gentlemen, for gentlemen, I want you to know that I believe so much in you. Life is more than competition. Please don't let us have this competition of men against women. No, life is too short for us to be combative. Life is too short for us to act as enemies. Men are good people, cute, handsome souls with beards, without beards. Awesome, awesome, awesome people we should celebrate. And let's walk through the healing together. We should not take pleasure in hurting ourselves. If you're a gentleman and you are cheating on your girlfriend or your wife, I'm here to say to you, you deserve more than that. You deserve that I'm fucking around kind of thing. You deserve more than that. You deserve you spreading yourself everywhere. You deserve you acting like what culture says you should be. You are not a dog. You are not on heat. You are not an animal. You are a gentleman with needs. And if you have your needs, whatever you want to do with your wife or girlfriend, good for you. If you need more than that, have a conversation with them. Men and women, we should hold ourselves to kindness. Life is too short for us to be wicked. Let's make kindness viral. Let's make empathy viral. Let's just be everything that we should be. If you do know that you cannot control yourself, you have an issue with self-control, book a session. I know that you are not a dog. I know that you are not on heat. Do not let culture make you feel like the more people you sleep around or sleep with, the more masculine you are. They want to destroy you. No. You can't do that all your life. No. Like, are you serious right now? You can't be carrying condoms with you everywhere you go. That's not a phone. You can't be removing your boxer shorts or brief everywhere you go. Like, you cannot be effing around everywhere you go. Just look at yourself. Just look at how solid you are as a gentleman. Look at how solid you are as a woman. You cannot be sleeping with a married man or married woman. No. Just check out the resources that they use to create you. There's no one like you. You are solid, man. You are a genius. You were created by one. You are good enough. You don't need to ejaculate to feel good. Just check out who you are, man. Let's stop all of this bad behavior, hiding under wickedness and low self-esteem. No way. All of us must go through therapy. Therapy is a needed diet. Men and women. Men and women. So, click my calendar link to book a session with me. And for all of us, I love you. I'm rooting for you. And I will see you next week, Friday. I will see you next week, Friday. I will see you next week, Friday. Thank you for joining. Please share this with your friends. Invite them to watch. I will see you next week, Friday. That answer has to be through a session. We already ended the session. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. I love you. I'm rooting for you. And I can't wait for you to experience the healing that your soul desires. Because when you experience healing, you will taste the beauty in your soul. You'll be shocked at how sweet and romantic and beautiful that you are. And I can't wait to help you heal and be the soul stripper that you need. So, see you at the coaching and therapy session. Bye.